What an exciting afternoon from the Carrier Dome as Syracuse defeats conference rival Pittsburgh 77-66. 4 Syracuse players were in double-digit scoring after the game, including John Gillen, who had himself a double-double. Year 1 of the Dino Babers era comes to a screeching halt after a 76-61 meltdown at the hand of the Pittsburgh Panthers. Both teams were a part of history this afternoon. The 137 total points was the most points scored by any two teams in an FBS game. Well, a comeback victory just wasn't in the cards tonight for Syracuse as they fall to the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets 71-65 here at the McCamish Pavilion. Coach Boeheim says that it was the offense that let the team down this time around. But coaching women's lacrosse is just one step on Allie Murray's next journey. After she's done with the Syracuse women's lacrosse team, she wants to join the Navy. Well, it wasn't pretty, but Syracuse pulled off the 28-20 victory over the Boston College Eagles this afternoon in a dogfight. Well, coming into the new hockey season, the Syracuse women's ice hockey team is projected to win the conference. Being ranked that high can be a lot of pressure for a team. Brianna is with beat reporter Luke McGrath for more on the start. Syracuse basketball was hoping a third time is a charm in the ACC tournament. The move to the Barclays Center in Brooklyn was deemed an advantage, but ultimately Syracuse fell to Miami 62-57 and now have NCAA tournament hopes all but guaranteed. Coming up on Orange Press Pass, we'll have full coverage of the contest, including player interviews, as well as analysis from our team in studio. It's Orange Press Pass, and it starts right now. Welcome inside the Citrus TV studios for another edition of Orange Press Pass. Alongside Kevin Ryans and KJ Vaughn, I'm Jared Barton after a big Syracuse victory, 17-11 over the Hobart Statesmen. Guys, it was a pretty spirited matchup outside in Geneva, just down the road, I-90. What do you think about the game? A brand new lacrosse season here in Central New York, and the SU men's team was ready to get back on the journey to postseason play. No more Dylan Donahue or Tim Barber, but the Orange still packs a strong lineup led by Jordan Evans and Nick Mariano. Just like last season, Syracuse hosted Siena in the Dome for the season opener on Saturday. Let's take a look and see how the new-look Orange fared in its first bit of action for the year. Starting it off from the Dome, Siena, they're ready to go. Walking out, Brendan Blomberry, their newest addition, transferred over from Denver. We'll start this one off with 10:40 left in the first. It's Eric Munn who scores the tying goal 1-1. But that wouldn't last long, because here comes Nate Solomon, who would score this ripper of a goal, assisted by Nick Mariano. It's up 7-3 at that point, 6 seconds left in the first. We moved to Brendan Blomberry, and this is one of the best goals you'll probably see all season. Behind the back and in, right past the goaltender Aaron Lewis. He had absolutely no chance. Let's take a look at the replay here. Initial shot by Mariano, stopped by Lewis, and then just flipped behind the back. That made it 9-3 Syracuse with 11:20 left in the second. Jordan Evans a little bit later would score a goal, assisted by Nick Mariano, making it 13-3. This one's not even close. 6 minutes left in the third. And then Ben Williams, the face-off specialist, would get a goal of his own, making it 15-4 with 14:48 left. Final score 19-6. A familiar name is taking over for a Syracuse broadcasting legend. Good evening, I'm Jared Barton with NCC Sports. A big change is coming to the face of NBC's coverage of the Olympics, and it involves two famous sportscasters, both of them from Syracuse University. NCC Sports reporter Kevin Ryans is live in the newsroom with the story. Syracuse football ends the week with a high-tempo practice before the spring game. Good evening, I'm Jared Barton with NCC Sports. Head coach Dino Babers and the squad are geared up for spring football showcase taking place at the Carrier Dome on Saturday. For the last 5 weeks, the team has been hard at work on South Campus, prepping for the 2017 season. This morning, a few members of the defense spoke with us about how important these sessions are in terms of getting ready for the new year. Well, during the first quarter of last night's game, Knicks legend Charles Oakley was arrested for 3 counts of assault when he tried to approach the Knicks owner James Dolan. Police say that Oakley purchased tickets a few rows behind Dolan and was making comments towards the owner. Oakley wants to talk to Dolan about the direction of the team, but according to the former Knick, Dolan won't agree to the meeting. Oakley is scheduled to appear in court in March. Across town, the Nets were looking to snap a 10-game losing streak as they hosted the Wizards. We start this one off in the fourth quarter. The Nets have a perfect opportunity to take the lead. They can't do it. Now under 10 seconds, John Wall coming the other direction, drives in, tries to get the game-winning shot. It doesn't work. The offensive foul is called, and this one's going to OT. We jump right to the end of overtime. John Wall again trying to just drain the clock and give the Wizards a victory, 113-110, but it doesn't work. He steps out of bounds. So that gives Brooklyn a chance to tie things up and send it to another overtime. Bojan Bogdanovic would get the shot with 6 seconds left. rims out, no good. Wizards go on to win the game 114-110, and the Nets' losing streak moves to 11 straight games. Yes, Kevin, the crews have been hard at work over the last week to set up what will be the biggest show of the year. I headed over to the Dome to see exactly what they were up to. Heavy equipment has headed to the Dome this week in preparation for Monster Jam. The monster trucks will arrive tomorrow, but before all that can happen, tons of work needs done inside the venue to get ready for this event.
We stripped the facilities, you can see, of all the wall pads and the wrap that is up to keep the facility bright, and the way the facility looks for a football game, you see a lot of that stuff gone.
Pete Sala, the Vice President and Chief Facilities Officer for Syracuse University, is the head man of transforming the Dome. Today, the most important aspect is hauled into this space. By Saturday, the Dome will be transformed into a Monster Jam arena. As you can see behind me, crews are already hard at work laying the dirt down. That's about a 12-hour process, but they'll make sure the track is ready to go for the event.
We actually own the dirt. It's up at Skytop. They've been shaping it since Monday, rolling it over, getting some air to it.
Once the dirt is shaped into the track, the event will pretty much be ready to roll. But as Pete Sala says, the entire undertaking of Monster Jam would not be possible without the help of select group workers.
Nowhere in the country do people cover 87,000 square feet in 2.5 hours. It just doesn't happen. But the student workforce here, we are so attractive with that workforce. Between the ESF and Syracuse University, this place doesn't run without students.
Over the last 5 years, this event has used the help of the students to get up and running, and all of those shows have been a big success and very profitable. This year should be no different.
We're at that 32,000 sweet spot right now, so it really moves hard. The needle can move really hard in the next couple days.
Tomorrow night, there will be a pit party where the fans can see the trucks and meet the drivers. All that leads up to the main event on Saturday night. Reporting from the studio, Jared Barton, NCC News.